Okay, we're doing a video today on Gabe, who's a spinner. Let's take a look here. It's doing the wind up. Doesn't quite come all the way over to 3 o'clock. Looks like they got a looks like he's got a brace on his left leg there. It's pretty brave for and still able to get a 55-foot throw out of this. His weight's well balanced right here. I like that. Trying to watch the left arm and the left knee and the left foot. See how they turn together here. Then I'm trying to see when the right foot comes off. Making sure the shot's against the neck. That looks all pretty good. Making sure the shoulders are level. And right here, I'm checking to see if he's getting his armpit at least over the knee. So he doesn't quite shift over very much this way. So he's not really setting up a good left side axis, but we'll see. See what happens here. He's dropping in. Now the right foot's coming up. He's got a forward lean here at the hips. That's good. You want that. You want to get that. Get your weight over the right or the left side here. His the right leg sweep. What I'd prefer to see is the toe upward, leading with the inner thigh and in the instep, so you come around more. If the thrower does that, he'll tell you immediately, he or she, that they feel a more rotational throw or a movement of the right leg into the throw. Because right here he's kicking it forward. Okay, now I'm watching the left foot. I want to make sure the heel doesn't come up too high. Yeah, I often see this. So the heel's low, heel comes up, then the heel drops back down a little, just slightly right there. And that's normal. That's what I normally do see. This left arm, I'd like to see him keep that left arm horizontal with the shoulders out all the way to 3 o'clock. A lot of what I'm basing, my observations on is based on Ryan Krauser. So right here, he kind of drops it down, and he doesn't really pull it forcefully right there. I like to see the left arm and the right leg work together and see how they work together here. Yeah, see right here, he's stopping it short on the left arm pull. I like to see it come all the way out to 3, really strong, and then come in. See, yeah, he's bringing it in. That looks okay. But I like to see the left arm pull in as the right foot lands together right here. And you see what happens right here. He kicks that right foot out, and he doesn't slow down the foot so that the foot and the knee are bent. See the foot, I guess what I'm trying to say is the knee, it's too straight right here. What he's doing, he's landing on a straight leg, and he's actually kicking it out in front of his center of mass. It should be right here, under his hip, rotated around, but he's kicking it too far forward. See how far ahead it lands, ahead of his hip? That's going to be hard to rotate around. Plus, it's past the center of the circle. You want to try to aim to land right in the middle there. A lot going on here. So start with the sweep. I would sweep out wide with the toe upward and the inner thigh leading the inner instep of the foot. I would keep this left arm long out here to the left. I would keep the shoulders level, so he's dipping down. And then right here, you see how he kind of comes upward? Let's watch the top of his head right here. You kind of see where the tree is. Let's see if he comes up. You don't really see it because he moves to the left But I'm trying to watch this leg right here. I don't have a side view, but I don't like to see the leg extend upward. I like to keep the knee low. And right there when he gets off, you can see it's not too bad. The knee's down, so that looks pretty good. Let's see if that left foot over-rotates when he gets off. You'd want to see it come off maybe a little bit sooner, right? Like right about here. Get that heel pushed up and drive forward while keeping the knee down. That's not too bad though, because once the foot's down, the right foot, you want to see this about 9 o'clock, and that looks good. That's where it's at. So for sure, I'd like to see this knee bent more, the foot in the center, and the foot right below the hip, so you can rotate faster. Okay, let's continue on. He's watching the right foot turn. It's continuing to move. That's good. See how it moves together with the left foot kind of rotates around, and you're rotating on the toes of the right foot here. That's good. Okay, right here. This is really good right here, where the knee is inside of the foot. So he's actually on the big toe. That'll help him to drive in without falling backwards. Now let's see where he's at when the hips are facing 12. It's right about that same spot, right about here. His separation's not it's not too bad, but these shoulders would be better if they were facing all the way to 3 o'clock. He's got his elbow bent right here. A lot of the throwers I see, like Kovacs, will keep that arm long and actually bent over here, or stretched out over to the side here, wrapped back. He's got it more bent back, so he thinks bent at the elbow. So he's thinking that it's wrapped back, but it's like a false separation. It's not really wrapped because the elbow's here. The elbow should be across here more. If the arm was straight, he would see that. You would see that the arm is actually right here. It's not wrapped back fully. So let's continue on. Left foot looks good. It rises up a little bit right here, which will slow, coming down. I like to keep it the shin horizontal all the way till it lands. See how it comes up, the heel. And let's see, the knee should rotate into the landing right there. That looks good. But you can see that his left foot is definitely landed too far to the right. There's no the heel toe alignment's not correct. His left foot, from the way he is right now, his left foot should be over here. Now, it would have been probably fine if his right foot landed in the middle where it should have. It would have been here. But he's got his hips blocked off by having that left foot too far to the right here. Let's look at the separation of his shoulders as he comes down right. Yeah, you see the right foot's... Yeah, I was trying to see if it stopped or not, the rotation. Yeah, he's having to jump to... so you can see right here, his feet are crossed. He's having to jump up to get his hip around. So if you can get that right foot to land more in the center, and left foot more, the heel-toe alignment correct, that'll take care of that. Trying to see the separation here. We want it, when that foot lands, you want to see the hips ahead. It looks like he doesn't have too much separation here, probably because of what we saw earlier, with that he thought he was wrapped back right here, but he's letting his upper body come out a little bit, rotate a little bit. Right here, the hips are squared to the camera, and you see the shoulders are almost kind of maybe 45 degrees here. So we should try to get this elbow or the shoulder, left shoulder here, facing toward the camera. At the same time as the right foot is at 12 o'clock, this shoulder should be at 12. Then he'll probably have a better separation right here. You can see the hips and the shoulders are almost square to each other. These hips should actually be ahead. And it would be more if this left foot was back more. Let's watch as he comes around. Want to make sure he doesn't extend that right leg too much. That's good. He gets the heel all the way up. That's good. But right here, if his right foot was over here, he'd be rotating that right heel should be outward, kicked out, which would bring this right knee around and this right hip past and around the left side. So he's not getting a real good hip drive right here. It looks like he's vertical right here because of how high this is above his shoulder. It's a good left arm block. So you probably want to, yeah, I don't know if he has a problem with the leg because it's injured maybe, getting that solid left block so that he can stop and while he's still lean back a little bit. Not in a reverse C, but where he's actually leaning back as the right leg's bent, which will put him in a backwards lean a little bit so he can push upward into the angle. Right now it looks like his chest is going straight, but his hand is going up with the shot. See, yeah, definitely right here. I mean, you want to try to make this more of a bench press than a military or strict press straight up ahead. You can see here too, his hand is vertical and he's flipping it. You want to be able to get the hand in facing or horizontal here, so he's flicking it to the fingers off to the right. This is more like a basketball shot right there, so you want to avoid that. It's much more powerful to shoot it from, or to release it from here, sideways, with the fingers horizontal, rather than rotating the wrist upward. And you want to try to keep that right foot on the ground. Of course, you can't because it's too far over this way. So if it's over here, he can ground the toes and keep the foot grounded longer into the throw against that left block. And that's about it. All right, if you have any more questions, Coach, let me know.